Issues related to the high-profile case of former maid Pati Liani was hotly debated in Parliament today, with MPs filing 14 parliamentary questions. The Manpower Ministry will review its framework of penalties for employers who illegally deploy their foreign domestic workers.
In light of the particular vulnerability of foreign domestic workers, we will review our punishment framework, and action will be taken against employers in similar illegal deployment cases, regardless of whether they are aware of the illegal deployment. This is to remind the employers that they are ultimately accountable for their foreign domestic workers and should take steps to ensure that their households' deployment of the foreign domestic workers do not contravene the law.
Ms. Gan was responding to Yeo Wan Ling on the considerations behind the MOM's action against the employer of Ms. Pati, former Changi Airport Group Chairman Liew Man Leong, for her illegal deployment and whether they are consistent with similar cases in the past.
Other questions requested for more information regarding the scope of the Independent Review Committee. In response to these, Home Affairs and Law Minister K. Shanmugam didn't comment. He's expected to make a ministerial statement about the case in next month's Parliament sitting.
Now, Singapore editor at the Straits Times, Zakir Hussain, joins us now to share more on today's Parliament proceedings. Hi, Zakir. Hi. Zakir, with 14 parliamentary questions filed on issues related to the Pati Liani case, it was expected to be discussed at length during this Parliament sitting, but this wasn't the case. Were you surprised that debate on these issues were wrapped up fairly quickly?
I guess in a way, I wasn't entirely surprised. I think Minister Shanmugam did signal late last week that the review was still ongoing and that his planned ministerial statement could only be made in the November sitting of Parliament.
Now, Law and Home Affairs Minister K. Shanmugam and Minister of State for Manpower Gan Xiao Huang addressed these 14 questions. Were they adequately answered, you think?
Well, I think they couldn't answer many of the questions that had to do with the police and AGC review, which are still ongoing. And I think the minister did indicate that, when they are completed, he will give a full accounting to Parliament, and that will include addressing these questions next month. But Minister of State Gan, for the Ministry of Manpower side of the House, did say that they are going to relook the framework by which employers who flout the law on illegal deployment of maids are penalized. And I think it's a fairly common issue. It's the recent case actually did draw attention to it. Quite a number of employers did end up being fined, and the fines did range in to quite substantial amounts. I think in the case of Ms. Pati's employers, they only got a warning, but they said this was consistent with other similar instances.